Hello everyone, my name is PauLInstaMyooin. We're back. Pokemon Y Shiny Hunting episode 119, Lapras. We didn't watch the last episode. Why didn't you? Want a quick recap of the soft resets? Got 2,374 total soft resets. That's pretty good. Anyway, this episode's topic is by me. If you even care about the game, you don't have to play it to be able to answer this, but you could or could have not played to answer this question, what are your favorite weapons in the game Terraria? Now, for me, right away, I would definitely say, well, these ones you can only get from the bee. I forgot. I guess maybe she's a queen bee, or it's something like that. The huge bee boss. You have to go into the jungle and then find their hive, and then you can learn how to craft to spawn the boss like where you want in the jungle. But anyway, so yeah, this one you have a chance to, well, straight up, from just normal drops, you'll most likely get, you can make a hornet wand, which you can spawn hornets for them to help you fight. And if you have this table, I think called the bewitching station or something like that, you get more minions. Like there's limited, you keep clicking the station, you can like break it and pick it back up after you clicked on it. But yeah, the effect lasts. It gives you, I believe you can have up to 3 minions instead of 2, or maybe you originally only can have 1 and then you get 2 more. I don't know, but either way, you get more minions, so you can spawn in more hornets, and they're helpful because they can fly and all that. They can shoot their needles, and it's really helpful. So that's one amazing thing to definitely have. And then another one you get from the bee boss is the bee gun. Now for this, oh yeah, with all these, except for the hive wand, I mean not the hive wand, the hornet wand. Yeah, you want to modify these, and I'll tell you which ones are probably the best. So anyway, with the bee gun, straight up like it says, shoots bees. It's pretty awesome. It takes up mana, but so does the hornet wand. But yeah, it's pretty good. So how do I say? What is the best modifier for this one? I would say probably ruthless, or maybe I don't know actually. I don't know. I forget which one it is. Which one is the highest? I think maybe, I believe Ruthless is the one you want to go for when you're trying to get a high attack. That's what I have my my bow on, and I'll explain about that in a little bit. But yeah, definitely the bee gun is very helpful if you're trying to take down something like the Terraria army, I believe it's what it's called, where you have to beat the either the Wall of Flesh, or not the Wall of Flesh, the Eater of Worlds or the Brain of Cthulhu. Depends on if your world is Crimson or if it is Corrupt. Corrupt is for Eater of Worlds. It's purple. That's what Corrupt is, and then Crimson is red. And then of course the Brain of Cthulhu and all that. But anyway, yeah. So pretty much what you would want to do when it comes to the Terraria army. I really only cared about it so I can grind up to get the Defender's Forge, because that's an extra storage thing, and it's like an ender chest where you can just keep breaking it and picking it back up, and you can have a piggy bank and a safe also for other storage purposes for when you're on an adventure for a very long time and either want to keep those items or just sell them when you get back home. That's why it's great to have storage, and it's like a huge grind. It's a huge grind to get those defender medals, because there are certain ways you have to do, and you gotta protect the crystal, and it's just crazy. Some crazy stuff. But anyway, so yeah, I would definitely say the bee gun is very good, not only for that, but also to. Oh wait, actually, I think it's mythical. I believe mythical is the modifier you would want on that thing, because that thing uses up a lot of mana, and you want mythical so it has so it doesn't have that much use on the mana, and you can still use it normally, but it doesn't use up as much as your mana. That's what it probably is. If it's not mythical, maybe it's... I believe mythical is the one you want for when you don't want to, if you want an item that doesn't use up a lot of mana. I believe so. But anyway, yeah, so that's another awesome thing you can get from the bee boss. And then another amazing thing, I think they dropped this. I think the bee... Oh yeah, and then also, forgot to say that most of these weapons, when they get crafted or dropped, they'll have a modifier already on them. And you can get lucky and get the one you want, maybe. But yeah, so anyway, so the next one is the bee's knees. And if you're wondering what the heck is the bee's knees, well, it's actually a bow that is that has like it looks like a bee, but except it's like it looks like a normal bow, except in the middle is like a bee head. But anyway, the really awesome thing about this one is that when you shoot arrows, they actually turn to bees when they hit the target. It's crazy, or just hit something. So it's amazing, it's crazy, and those bees lock onto the enemy, and plus the bees you already have shot by the bee gun. It doesn't take mana either, it just takes up arrows, and arrows are easy to buy if you got. It doesn't even cost that much money. You just gotta go buy them, and I make sure to have plenty of arrows, like 999 multiple stacks, and yeah, so it's very helpful that, and you would definitely want the ruthless on it so it could do more damage. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's awesome. It's really helpful. And what is the next one? I believe that is all for the bee. Oh no, there's one more. So there is something called the... Or actually, hold on. I think I think it is. I'm just gonna assume it is. Okay, so anyway, this thing called it's something like a honeycomb, or it's like a accessory, but it also works as an effect. So it looks like a honeycomb, but it when you get hit, bees come out of you. So it's pretty helpful. And with these equipment things, I usually have warding, which is +3 defense, so you get more defense. So yeah, so it's pretty good. And so I think that's all from all the stuff from the bee that I use. Yeah, I believe so. Oh, of course, the other stuff you use to make the abeemination, and that's like the thing you can spawn in queen bee. You have to do it in the jungle though. It can't work just anywhere. The last time I've checked, at least. But anyway, so another one is from Meteorite. Now, meteors have a chance to spawn after, I believe, you beat the boss of your world. They just have a straight up random chance, small chance to spawn, like to land somewhere throughout your world when it's like nighttime or something like that, and it'll say a meteorite has landed. And when you go to those, you can mine up the meteorite, and when you get enough, you can make bars out of it, and then you can craft them into space gear, or whatever it's called. I guess it's called space armor or space gear, I guess. I don't freaking know. But anyway, if you make a full set of that, you can... Oh, if you make something called a space gun as well. This is awesome. So this, if you have the space armor on, then it costs 0 mana to shoot the space gun. And the space gun is pretty awesome. It's like, it does some rapid fire blasts if you just hold the shoot button. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty helpful when you don't have mana or don't want to use mana. You want to save it for something like your bee gun or something else like that. So it's a pretty cool one. It's pretty awesome. And the armor isn't that bad either. It's pretty good armor. But yeah, if you're definitely looking for something early game, that's going to be really good, the meteorite stuff. So even for your tools, I would definitely say the hammer. It's a hammer / axe, I believe. Oh wait, no. Oh, that's not the one. Okay, so I'm just telling you all this my equipment and stuff, I guess. All right. But anyway, for the pickaxe and the ham axe, like it's a hammer slash axe in one. So pickaxe, you definitely want the whatever if you're corrupt or crimson, you would want that pickaxe, like it would be assigned to that. And that's really good. And you want on these tools, you want not the achievement, the modifier light, so that you'll get your speed will be up, so that you'll be mining and chopping things faster, and that's always very helpful. And yeah, so that's pretty good. Another thing, it's a small little thing, but it's very helpful. It is actually there's many things actually. So let's go from the blood moon. So you already know I told you a long time ago when I talked about first talked about Terraria. The blood moon doesn't happen all the time. It's a pretty rare chance that it'll happen. But when it does, these enemies called dribblers and blood zombies come out. But there's a chance that one of these enemies could drop something called the shark tooth necklace. And the reason this is so important is not only it's something cool to add to your defense, like you get warding on and put in your defense, and equip it to your accessories, or I guess it's equipment. Yeah. But anyway, you can also just straight up, its ability is anything, even bees and arrows. It pierces through their armor, so you're just doing your normal high attack, and it pierces through their armor, so it's like, it's really, really good. It might not sound like much, but it's really amazing to be able to pierce through any defense, so it's pretty awesome. It's it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's like it's a pretty rare job you can get from one of the enemies of the blood moon. It took me several tries in the last world I did to get that, and when I finally got it, I felt so good because it was really awesome. But anyway, another thing is the tiger climbing gear. Now this, you need multiple pieces. You need, well actually, no you really don't. You just need the climbing claws and the shoe spikes. And this will allow you to be able to hang on to walls, jump up them, and even slide up and down them. So it's very handy, but you need some of these you need to combine some of these in the NPC, what is it, the Goblin Tinker? Yeah, you have to buy the forge station to be able to craft these certain items to combine them. So yeah, you would have to beat the Goblin army at least once, and you'll find a tied up goblin or whatever it's called. And then when you free him, he goes to where you are. You got to build a house for him, a suitable place for him to live, to be able to keep him there. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, so there's so many things, so much gear that I currently know that I would want, like the jellyfish swimming gear. You're probably like, what the heck? But it's pretty difficult to make, so you need flippers, jellyfish necklace, Arctic, oh no, ice skates, I think, I don't know actually, anyways, this will be the last one we check for the episode. I know we're like 2 more, but it's just, yeah, I know those are gonna take quite a bit, so it's fine. We'll reach the next episode to 2,400. But yeah, so guess I'll talk about this more next episode. Yeah. Alright. That's pretty good. We reached 2,398 soccer sets total. That's pretty awesome. And I forgot to say, last episode was some reason upside down, so I don't know what's going on with these episodes. Anyway, bye, Lapras. I've been your host, PauLInstaMyooin, and goodbye.